A strong Polish army is a guarantee of our security. Unfortunately, Donald Tusk's government is cutting spending on army modernization. In the draft budget approved by the December 13th coalition's government, next year's spending on central material plans is lower than originally announced. But in general, the Ministry of Defense's budget for the next year is a budget that limits the ministry's capabilities. This is because development spending will depend on the goodwill of the finance minister and the president of the National Holding Bank. TV Republika's reports from July are thus confirmed when our journalist Piotr Nisztor revealed an excerpt from a letter from the Chief of the General Staff to the Ministry of Defense. This leaked document was a wake-up call for the General Staff of the Polish Army, led by General Kukuła, a wake-up call that the expenditures outlined in the multi-year plans prepared to ensure the development of the armed forces were simply going to be cut. At issue is spending under the so-called central material plans, i.e., money for the modernization of the military. Instead of 54 billion zlotys for 2025, only 45.8 billion zlotys, or almost 8 billion less, was written off, as we were the first to report. I would like to once again congratulate TV Republika for showing the dangers of reducing funding for the development of the Polish military. Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, then Minister of National Defense, wrote of alleged lies. According to our plans, defense spending will increase by at least 10% compared to this year's budget. Please do not repeat lies, and do not rely on unclear sources. But no new purchases will be made. For example, there will be no South Korean K2 tanks for the time being. The contract for the delivery of 180 new machines was supposed to be signed in September, but it still hasn't happened. According to the plans, assumptions of the ministry, from the Armed Forces Support Fund, 60 billion zloty were supposed to go for purchases, but unfortunately, no funds have made it. Around zero for purchases, for investments. The same round zero is found for purchases and investments of the Armed Forces Support Fund in 2025. Investment in modernization of the armed forces is a priority. We all see what is happening on the other side of Poland's eastern border. This paints a picture of such complete irresponsibility, a complete disregard for what can really happen. If, in such a situation, those in power are thinking of cutting spending, it is a direct proof that they are not in control of the state's budgetary security. And national security is not something the Polish government should compromise on. Marcin Szewczak, Republika.